Hey riders, we made it. 2 minutes, 40 seconds to go. Who are you looking at? My name's Colin. Hey, let me turn some lights out here. Kind of had a little bit of a frantic moment there at the last second, but I'm in the event. Glad to be here. Okay, riders, my name's Colin. Over at Inside Cycling World, that's my YouTube channel. That's where you're going to catch all this action. Let me just bounce into the YouTube itself, the studio. Let's make sure everything's working as we normally do. Yep, it's working, folks. It's running. I couldn't get into the event. I was checking at 3 minutes out. I just was messaging Johan here, the organizer of the event. So remember, folks, where are you at? This is the Colombia Series Stage 1 of 4 stages. Really diverse terrain. Stage 1 should be pretty good for everyone. We're going to be nice and short. We're only at 17.3 kilometers. Stage 2 looks like a crit race. That's going to be exciting. High speed, explosive stuff. Stage 3, ooh, we got some climbing action going on, folks. So I need all those pesky lightweight climbers to come out and smash the big guys to pieces. I love seeing both sides. Steven Cycles in the mix. So awesome for Steven to be here. Let's quickly run down through the board. Under a minute and a half to go, folks. Paul Norton, Steven Cycles, Maxi Hornung. We got Urko V here. Santiago Velez. Ruben Corujo. I'm going to say it's Corujo. Ditch the J. Go with the H. Sean Scott from South Africa. Then we got Thomas Andreka. Ooh, that's a hard name for me to say. But the last name looks like Caballero. Caballero. That looks good. Under a minute to go, folks. This course, too, first, third, pretty flat. Not much going on there. Then we're going to hit a series of punches. After that, we got another little flat section. About 60% into the race course, we actually have a little bit of a climb. So I can see the race kind of like smashing apart either in those first punches or at that climb. I'm going to say whoever's over that climb first at the end, that's your winner right there, folks. So we got Caballero here, Marco Cecilani. Eden Strid is back again. Folks, Eden is 9 years old. I just watched her race over at the NSA Racing stuff through Level Racing. Lone Wolf here. I think I've seen Lone Wolf before. Dan Jennings back in the mix. Hey, Dan, good to see you again. Chima is here. How many riders we got, folks? Felix Zintgraf. John McCambridge, Paulo Kirchner. We got Rudy Molnar. We have a lot of riders, folks. This is fantastic. Yes, community power. Here we go. I even see Eden here again. She's doing a double-double today, folks. What's a double-double? Well, here in Canada, where I live, a double-double is a Tim Hortons coffee. That's our... Tim Hortons is like the Starbucks of Canada. To me, is better. Starbucks, too expensive. Tim Hortons, cheap, good stuff. A double-double, 2 sugars, 2 creams. Let's go, folks. Grab yourself a 20-pack of Timbits, and you're good for a day on the bike. Trust me on this one. This should be an absolute smash fest here, folks. Hopefully sound's coming through okay. We're looking pretty good here. Just checking the studio quickly. Now bouncing back to my audio studios. Didn't play my intro this time only because it seemed to, if you know OBS, you got your scene set up. I can see myself. I can see MyWhoosh. When I play my intro, it disconnects to MyWhoosh and I have to refresh. It's just really kind of irritating to me. Stick around for the outro though. If you don't know, some of you do. My wife's name is Joey. I call her Joey Jojo, probably just to annoy her more than anything else. She's made all my intros, my outro videos, all of my thumbnails. She takes care of all the back end stuff of the channel. I just kind of sit here and blather for a while, try to entertain you, try to make it a bit more fun, and I love doing it, folks. This just gets me going so much. So fun. Okay, folks, let's get right into the racing now. So, Carlos Morata's here too. Fascinating. So, looks like we got a group of... we got a huge group at the front, folks. It looks like almost 20-something people at the front. Could be more. I'm going to say we got about a group of 22. Let's take a little look here. It's going to start stretching out, though, because at the beginning here, there's going to be people that were like hanging on for dear life, trying to get into the draft, and you can see it's going down now, folks. It is going down now. So we've got that select group at the very front. Looks like someone's trying to go off the front right now. And then our secondary group looks like possibly 4 or 5 riders here. Good stuff. Let's go back to Paul Norton here. Nick Circolo. Simon Broke. Chima. Chima Miros has done a lot of racing. I've seen Chima over at the OTR events, folks. Remember, riders, support all the good community events that are going right now. Like you've got OTR, especially the Colombia Series here today. The level racing stuff with the NSA. The other ride that I did today, we just did that before. I'm going to bounce right to the back here because, you know, we look at the back of the Packers. Take a look at this, folks. Eden and Loki riding together at the back. Guess what, folks? They've already raced today. They've already raced. Their race was at 9:30 this morning. These are the twins getting some mileage in, getting in great shape. Future champions on the bike. I know it. Let's bounce up to Camila Zulaga, Ruben Corujo, Mila Gonzalez, Gandolfi, Enrico, John McCambridge, Pav Plus. I see this guy everywhere. I see him a lot. Rudy Molnar. Another new name for me. Jorg Mullergesser. Thomas Andreko. J.V. Dobbin. Scotsman here with Lone Wolf. Up to Filippo Ducey. Carlos Duarte. Martin Simic. Here's Chima. Chima hanging out in 27th. I think Chima is probably more on a relaxed ride today from what I've seen from them before. Martin, Paul, bouncing up to Urko. Now, I think today the orange, what do you want to call it? Beacon. I think the orange beacon is on a rider. Probably it was signifying like a group ride. Here's Juan Lopera. He was in the last race too. Went super chill. I think I even said during that race, I think Juan was actually using it as warm-up for this event. So really cool to see that. Sean Scott pushing in first place at the front here. See, you can see right here, I'm on Johan Moreno, the organizer of the event. He's got the Pontani look going on. Love it. He's got the little orange thing over his head, which I think means it would have been a leader of a ride. I know there was 2 rides scheduled, a social group ride, and then the race series. So I think there was a bit of conflict going on, and just it's probably just in the settings. Johan's racing, folks. Johan is no doubt racing. So is Juan Lopera. Juan pushing hard here at 7 watts kilo. This is where we start this little series of rollers. This is gonna absolutely shatter the field, like a glass dropping off the counter and just blowing into pieces everywhere. Sean pushing 7 watts kilo. Johan coming up. Michael is back again. Michael's back in. This guy is all over MyWhoosh these days. He's been in the, yesterday was Tuesday. I lose track of days, folks. Don't worry about it. It's Colin, Inside Cycling World. Downhill now. We're going to take another bump up. This is going to smash people to pieces. I feel glad I'm sitting on this side and not on that side right now. Back to Michael for a second. Struggle with Michael's last name. Maybe we'll just call him Michael Size. That sounds cool. Michael has appeared at the Flaming Fast Racing on Tuesdays 3 times. 3 times, he's finished 2nd place. Like, he's just biting at the bit to get that win eventually. So next week, Michael, smash it out. Let's go, dude. I will be covering that. Paulo Kircher at the front. Sean Scott. We got Johan there. We got Michael there. Juan Valada Guarin. Just off the back of these guys, but he's with them now. Got 5 riders there. 2 seconds back, we got Felix and Juan Lopera. They're riding together. They can see that group right up ahead. Some of these little down dips, false flatty downs, if you want to call it. I say false flatty a lot, folks. It's just part of my thing. They might gain some of the distance back if the riders up front take it easy. We start climbing again. And these climbs, these bumps are absolutely no joke, folks. And the riders are absolute hitters. Look at Johan at the front here. Johan races in the Sunday Race Club every Sunday. I think he might be, trust me folks, I look at the stats, I look at the details. Look at this here, 469 watts, 6 watts a kilo, smashing his way up there. I haven't checked every rider out, but Johan has 145 appearances at the SRC. They only go once per week, folks, so you can figure out pretty quickly how long he's been around on MyWhoosh competing in the SRCs. He's a Category 3 rider there. Yep, so big power, big numbers, great climber. Yeah, can do it. So we got our 4 at the front. Juan is just kind of dangling off the back here. Juan needs a little bit of luck on his side right now. He needs to be able to jump back up to them now before they take off again. He had a bit of a second there. It looked like he was going to do it. Then they got on the gas. They're going full gas now up these hills, folks. Johan is trying to shred these 3 other riders at the moment. Let's see. Sean Scott's looking pretty strong, though. Very strong up here. We got Michael, and I already know Michael is super legit strong. Paulo Kirchner, this is a new rider for me to watch this week. So exciting. So let's let them go through the rollers. Bouncing back, we got Felix riding solo now. Actually, it looks like Juan has fallen back and Felix is blasting his way through. Great job, Felix here. So Juan looks like he's just going to hold off a little bit, probably in a bit of a recovery mode here. Juan's fallen back a little bit into 6th place. Santiago Velez is with a few other riders here. We've got Martin Coffey and Juan Lopera. We've got 4 riders here, including Carlos Murata. Great rider here too. Awesome that he reaches out to me, sends me messages, comments on the YouTube channel. Hey folks, I'm trying to grow my channel. I have to make it work. This is the one time in my life I have a chance of having a viable YouTube channel. I'm really pushing hard. You know, I would love for some companies to come on board and say, hey man, we love what you're doing. We love that you support the community, because I do. And they can help me out a little bit. Like, this is just non-stop work. All self-funded. There's just costs coming out of the yin-yang. We can just see the leaders up ahead. It's really cool actually having the orange beacon on. That really helps me cover the race. So I think that was left on by accident, but it's really helping today. Like, I can tell that they're not that far ahead. They're just up here, folks. Let's get little bearings of where they are. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to drop to the 4th place rider, Johan, who's riding at the back right now. Head to camera 4, folks. Oops, I went too far. Camera 5. So we can see riders in the distance now. That rider in the distance, that's Felix. He's trying to bridge across to these 4 hitters here. He can see them. He's hoping that when they start climbing, they'll just take it easy one time and allow him to jump back on. Pulling them back now, but they're going to be up over the top before he gets there, and then they're going to it's going to accordion out again, folks. It's already happened. 8 seconds becomes 14 and 15, like almost instantly. Let's see what he really brings back. At the bottom of the hill, I should be able to figure out really how close he is to them. You got to kind of compensate for that up and down stuff going on. So let's just say he's still coasting downhill right now. Well, he's not coasting. He's working here. Maybe not as hard as before, doing a little bit of recovery. It's probably about 11 seconds, so it's probably about the same as it was before. Let's bounce back now. We got a little bit of flat section before we start our next bump. Head back to Martin Coffey here. There's 4 or 5 riders here. Juan Velada. We got Juan Velada Gardine. We got Juan Lopera. Martin Coffey. Santiago Velez. Going further back here, we got, this is a hard name for me to say, Otgon Bat. Mech. This rider's riding solo at the moment. Michael Kielander, not that far behind. That's a hard name to say too. Let's just say Michael for now, Swedish rider. Can see Otgon Bat just ahead. Thomas Bridge, yes dude. Raced Flaming Fast Racing yesterday. Good to see. He's trying to get into the draft right now, folks. He's working hard, working hard. Get it, Thomas. Get it, dude. You're almost there. You are there, dude. Nice job. I love seeing that because I know that situation. I know that dangling off the back and you're just waiting for those numbers to hit green. You can see how he lets off now. Recover, recover, recover. Heart rate 184. Nice job. We're bouncing back to Marco Cecilani. The riders are just over top of this little rise here. They're not that far back. Steven Cycles looking good in 15th place. He's got 2 other riders right with him. Caballero and it looks like Pav Plus. Pav Plus right there. Chima's not that far behind either. Okay, then we got Yoni Garcia. Oh, we got a big pack back here. Sorry about this, folks. We got Yoni, Paul Norton, Tony Garcia, Martin Simic, Alexander Vonderleep. And if I miss your name, it's because it's bounced around quick. Jessina, look at this name here. Jessina Menendez. Kev Mull. Dan Jennings. Wow. There's a ton of riders right here, folks. Let's go overhead for this one. Let's see what we can see. Nice group here, folks. Look at the rotation going through. All going to be working together in the draft. Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. Let's see if we can bounce back again. Just ignoring that phone call now. No one interrupts me on my race commentaries, folks. No one does. Carlos Murata looks like he's further back here. Oh, sorry. Carlos Duarte. Murata's at the front. Yeah, lots of riders here, folks. So that's a pretty big week. Here's Carlos Duarte further back with Jorg Mullergesser. Yeah, we have tons of riders here. So we do have 42 riders on board. Looks like Rudy broke down. They've had some mechanicals. I'm going to bounce back up, folks. John McCamber's just getting over one of these rollers. We're going back to the front now because I think we're going to have some action coming up. And I'm hoping I haven't stayed away too long to check out the other riders. Let's get back up here. Here's another bump coming, folks. This is basically make or break it in the race right here. If you can be first over top of this one, yes, we've lost a rider too. And I'm not saying that like I'm happy either. It's just how these things evolve. So somewhere along the way, Felix just said, enough. I got to back off a little bit. Let's check in with Felix. Well, actually, it was Paulo. It was Paulo. Felix is the one that's trying to bridge up. That's right. Paulo fell out the back there. He's now with Felix. So that's great. They're just up ahead. You can see the orange beacon. Take a look at it. Take a look at that balloon up in the sky. The orange beacon is just around that bend. Anything could happen now, folks. The climb has started. We got Sean Scott pushing hard here. 7 watts per kilo. Johan is going to react to this. Michael is slowly slipping out the back, folks. Looks like Michael said, no mass. Heart rate's 168 right now. Cadence has come down a little bit. And watching Michael, this is like half of his power work he's capable of. So I think he's just said, no, I'm going to shut her down now, recover. Folks, you know your body's better than anyone else does. You know when to say that's enough of that. I was feeling it this morning in my ride against those bots. The ones I didn't know who was the Terminator and who wasn't. The AI overlords. That was a fun event. I'm going to do some more of those too. I'd like to know who the bots are more. But then I kind of thought, maybe we're not supposed to know who the bots are. Because it says they're going to ride at 2, 3, 4, and 5 watts a kilo. So I was kind of thinking, let's watch the front, folks. These two are going in together. Here's our sprint finish coming up, folks. We're 7 kilometers out. Will they break each other? I'm going to say at this point, no. Just from what I'm seeing here. I don't know Sean Scott. I do know Johan quite well already. Just watching his racing. He's been around MyWhoosh for, I think it's 4 years now. Racing with SRC. So 17.3 kilometers. They've already climbed 130 meters. And I think that was about it for the day. There'll be a couple of little, tiny little bumps in the road that won't amount to anything. They might try to launch with them. I can see a few little bumps coming up, but not for these guys. Okay, so Sean's pushing at 4. Johan just hanging back a little bit. Then we got Michael. Ooh, this is good here. I'm liking this here too. I'm really liking this. This is awesome here now. The boys are moving up. The boys are moving up to the front. We got our first 2. They're coming back. So Paulo has fallen back into this chase group of Carlos Murata, Felix, Santiago Velez, Juan Velada Guarin, Martin Coffey. Yeah, so a good 4 or 5 riders there chasing. So Paulo's found a home to hang out in for a while. He was in that front group, let off. Hopefully you can recover here. Good. I mean, there's all sorts of different strategies in racing. All sorts of strategies. You might try to go out hard with the hitters and hang with them. Let them pull you away. You can see the leaders are just up the road here. Just up the road. It's got to be like 20 seconds at most. Okay, it's saying 36 seconds. So, you know, but it's not that far at all. So you can see here on the mini-map, the riders that are chasing will be taking a hard right. In fact, let's go back to them right now. See if we can catch that right-hand turn. That right-hand turn is coming up right here. We are now with Santiago Velez. They're taking the corner now. And we just have Michael just up the road. Will Michael be caught? Can he hold them off? Is he on the time trial of his life, folks? With 5.2 kilometers to go, can he hold the hounds off? It's only 11-second gap. I'm going to say if I was Michael, I'd be like, yeah, I want to get back in this group and rest a little bit and then smash them to pieces at the finish. I've seen Michael sprint. I know he's capable of it. So, Michael, I'm willing you. He's doing the opposite. He's pushing harder. Michael's saying, I'm going to push even harder now. But we can see here, Paulo pushing hard at the front now. So Paulo didn't hang with that first group. He probably just didn't feel well on the climb. It was just too much. But now he's back leading this group up. Carlos Morata going with him. These two are taking off on their comrades. There's a gap forming right now. So we have 4 riders chasing these two, with Michael just up the road. Down to 8 seconds, folks. Let's have a little look back here. Can Michael hold them off? If he does, Michael, yes, dude. I love that kind of stuff. See, if it was me, knowing my abilities, I don't know enough about Michael to know what his abilities are. I know he's very strong. I know he's got a wicked sprint. I would probably drift back, get in that group, rest, and try to sprint against them later versus just flogging yourself to pieces trying to stay away. That would be just my style, though. I'm praying Michael pulls it off. Not what I would do, Michael, but I'm cheering for you, buddy. I am cheering for you. Sean Scott and Johan, everything's calmed down up front, folks. They've got a big enough lead now. I think they're both going to go chill. No one wants to go up front. Yes, emotes. Everyone emote. We got the emote from Johan Pontani Moreno here. Yeah, folks, I love when you emote. It lets me know you're watching. So that's really cool. And riders, share this video with everyone you know. You might know people that are in the race. It's happened to me before. I've done videos and someone will say, hey, Colin, I saw you at the ride today. Because sometimes I do a race video and I'm in the race. Those are fun. And I'm like, yeah, dude. I go, what'd you think of the video? And they're like, video? What video? I'm like, the video, you're in it. So, you know so many people through Strava, different platforms, Discord, Facebook. Sometimes people don't know. Like actually a guy said a few days ago, hey, Colin, you were riding with someone I know right down here in Florida. And it's kind of like, well, did he see the video? Oh, there's a video? Yeah, there's a video, dude. Go check it out. I do a video of all my stuff. I capture a lot of stuff. I didn't used to do it all for a while. Yes, rotate. Sean, come on, work with Johan here. I like that one. That's a really cool thing. Rotate through, boys. Rotate through. Down to 28 seconds to the chasers. Santiago, look at the group coming, folks. Santiago Velez, Paulo Kirchner, Felix, Carlos Morata, Juan Velada Guarin, Michael, Martin Coffey. Let's hang with Martin for a little bit here. We got Pav plus 24 seconds back with Juan Lopera. These two are riding together. We're going to back up, looks like another 40 seconds to Michael. Another Michael. Maybe a Mikhail? Looks more like a Mikhail to me. Otgonbat, that's hard to say, yep. Chima. Chima's leading a big group. Nick, Martin, Thomas. Backing up further to Yoni. Yoni Garcia is here with Urko. That's there. Urko? Urko's chasing after Yoni and Caballero right now. Then we got Jessina Menendez. Jessina. I really like. It's probably Jessinia. That's a good name. I like that name a lot. Paul Norton. Steven Cycles. Steven's in a nice group here. Man, they're still riding hard. I mean, this is still 3.5 watts a kilo here. We're down in 22nd, 23rd, 24th place. And people are smashing themselves to pieces here, folks. Okay, folks, gonna get back to the front. I do this a lot. I get distracted, and then I miss stuff. 2 kilometers to go. Sticking right here, folks. I don't want to know how many times I've missed race finishes. I'm like, oops. As I'm talking about goat life. The goats outside, how they eat everything. Or how the donkeys keep escaping. So let's hang out with these racers here. This second group is going to be awesome to watch them finish. We've got like a group of hitters here. Looks like 7 riders all together. Call it the best I can. We're probably going to get a photo finish out of it, folks. Let's see. Michael's still there too. So Michael, yeah, Michael, good job, dude. So they did catch him. I don't know if they caught him or he let off. I hope he was channeling inner Colin, inner inside cycling world, and he heard me saying, Michael, please slow down. Let them catch you. Devastate them with your sprint at the finish. So I can't wait to see that. Johan puts in an attack right all of a sudden here. 1.3 kilometers. Johan just rocks it up a little incline. He's getting some good power to the pedals here, folks. Almost 9 watts per kilo sustained. Can Sean come back? Sean is just dangling. He's got it though, folks. He is in the draft. Nice job, Sean. Cheering for both you guys. Wow. What's going to happen now? Folks, we still have 900 meters to go. Wow. Johan pulled a big gap there. Sean dug deep. Clawed his way back, folks. Awesome stuff here. Okay. NSA_SE, the orange arrow is an event leader. Yep. And we got Lars Malanoel here from my other platform I ride on. Okay, folks. 500 meters to go. Watching absolute hitters here. Johan, Sunday Racer, Sunday Race Club, right? Legit. Super legit. The rules and regulations there are so strict. Been studying it a lot because in my wildest fantasies, I could be a stage 4 racer. Johan lights it up. 12 watts a kilo here, folks. What can Sean counter? He's up to 11. 13 watts per kilo out of Sean Scott here. Johan is off the front with a gap. He's got a 1 second gap now. I'm going to go to Johan here. Bounce back. Watch the chase by Sean. Is it possible? Can he get him? Both putting out the same power. Johan takes first place. Flash pots going off, folks. Absolutely fantastic. What a sprint. Oh, look at this. We got a solo break out of that big group. Juan Valada Guarin. Going for it solo, folks. He's got riders right on his heels, though. Right on his heels. Paulo Kirchner. What a great job by Paulo. Fell out of the first group, got caught up, and he's trying to come after him now. Juan's trying to hold him off. Wow. 3-4 will be those two. Martin Coffey 5. Michael 6th. Santiago Velez will be 7th. And then Felix, I think, is in 8th place. Carlos Murata was 7th. Okay, so we got 9 riders finished there. Yeah, that was really cool. Paulo did a really good job considering he fell out of the first group. I thought he might have been done. Okay, folks, I got to get back to this. Looks like Pav Plus is finished. I'm missing finishers. I don't like this. Juan Lopera here coming to the finish now in 11th place. Yeah, we'll be 11th place. They're so close to the finish now that the other riders are still cruising around. Yep, 11th place. Perfect. Okay, 400 meters to go. Gives me a second to breathe, second to have a drink. Great finish. Great finish. What a war out there, folks. Next week, we take on the, I think it's 3 or 4 laps crit race. About this length, roughly, I think. I do have all the information here. I'm just not going to open it right now. I want to watch this. The second I go over here, I'm going to miss it. What I'll do next week, folks, is I'll come on a little bit earlier. I would have been here earlier today, but I was struggling to figure out how do I get on board. Outgombat coming in with Martin, Chima. Oh, here we go, folks. Here we go. It's off. Martin pushing hard at the front. Marco Cicciolani coming hard, folks. Thomas Bridge, 14 watts per kilo. Just freight trains right through those 2 riders right there. Oh my. Chima's coming in. We had a ton of riders there finish, folks. Nick was at the... Yeah, Nick Circolo was there too. Chima. We've also just have... okay, so there's Outgombat now. Outgombat, we jump back to them. Oh my, here we go, folks. Another huge group coming in together. Urko. Paul Norton. Let's go, riders. Let's go. Smash it now, folks. Smash it. 3 riders. Urko is right there, too. Steven Cycles coming in. Great job. Wow, that was a huge group of riders there. Hard to get all that action, folks. We're just going to bounce around a little bit. Dan Jennings, 300 meters from the finish. Cavaliero. Okay, so they're all done now. Alexander Vanderleep gets 26th place. Dan Jennings coming in 27th place. Still riding super strong. I think 10 riders crossed the finish line together there. Probably 8 at least, because I can see Otgon Bad at the top there in 18th. Alexander Vanderleep. Dan Jennings there. Filippo Ducey. Carlos Duarte will be next. So Dan Jennings is 28. Filippo Ducey will get 28th. Just waiting for the leaderboard to refresh here. There we go. Just lit up now. So now we're still on course with Carlos. He's got 400 meters to go. Being chased by Jorg here. Jorg's chasing hard too, I think. 8 seconds difference with 400 meters to go. At this point, they're riding about the same power. So looks like Carlos Duarte will get 29th place. Look at him coming in strong here, folks. Still pushing upwards of 4 watts per kilo. Looks like a good 80 kilogram rider too. Like to see that. Like seeing the bigger riders come out and smash. We've also got Jorg coming in now. Jorg's riding hard at the finish here. Great stuff. So that'll be our, looks like 29th and 30th place. Carlos will just have finished. The leaderboard's going to refresh on the left-hand side of the screen right away here. JV Dobbin is coming up to the finish next. So yeah, 29th and 30th finishers. JV Dobbin from Scotland finishing in 31st. Jumping back, we got Thomas Ondrejka here. Little bits of gaps between them, folks. We're sticking around for everyone here. We will stay to see all of our riders finish. No one gets left behind. Unless I got something else to do. Wow. All I got to say, folks, what an awesome turnout for this event. The Colombia Race Series. Stage 1 of 4. It's only going to get more heated every week, folks. So Thomas Ondrejka's finished. We got Gandolfi and Rico coming in next. Good 500 meters from the finish. We got Ruben Corujo. Trying to put an H in there on your J. Okay, so this is interesting. We got these 2 riders together. This is probably going to be for like 32nd, 33rd. Okay, we got Miller Gonzalez. Yeah, Miller's still out there too. Okay, and we got Camilla Zulaga. I'm having a hard time with the last name, the Zulaga, with the U and the A together there. I just want to say one or the other. Trying to combine them both. Let's hang out with Ruben and John here. Oh, I missed Lone Wolf. Lone Wolf and Gandolfi. Okay, interesting. Battling here, folks. You know, this is what I love about this stuff. Here we have 2 riders battling for 33rd and 34th place. That's what I'm talking about. Gandolfi and Rico and Lone Wolf. Nice job, dudes. I saw it. 6.5, 7 watts per kilo at the finish. Bouncing back to Ruben here. Okay, we got breather time, folks. Sometimes I need these gaps to make this happen. Let's jump in the chat. See what we got going on. Okay, quiet in the chat. That's okay, folks. I know there's a bunch of other stuff going on in your lives. It's nighttime for most people. For me, it is currently 11:30 in the morning. After this, got a few things to do around here. Working on another video for you. It's coming out today. I'm going to make it happen today. It's going to be a fun one. A little different, but still cycling. But a little different. Love these worlds. Love all the cool stuff going on. Ruben pushing nice here. Is Ruben trying to get a gap away from John already? So we've got 34 finishers already. Looks like we're going to have... Wow, we're going to have a lot of finishers. Lots. 5, 6, 7. We're going to have, I think, 40 finishers. Eden and Loki are further back. They're only at 12.7 kilometers into the course. That's because they've already raced today. They've already raced. Already went super hard. They're also very young. So give them credit for that. They're lighter weight riders, of course, because they're very, very young. they're not going to generate the huge wattage that some of the people do. They need to grow into that, that's for sure. But we could be looking at future champions, folks. Could be looking at future champions here. So if you like the videos, folks, if you want me to keep doing more stuff just like this, let me know. Please like the videos, subscribe, drop me some comments. Reach out to me. Send me a message. If you send me a message, I will get back to you. I'll probably end up chatting with you all night. This is what happens. So Ruben's coming in next. This will be for 35th place. John's sitting just back there in 36. Both pushing still hard. High 3s, low 4 watts per kilo. John's doing about 5. Just sitting on Ruben's wheel here. John's trying to get around. He's running out of road real quick. Ruben just timed that little attack at the end perfect. John's gone into cruising mode. Great job, dudes. Ruben and John, awesome stuff. Bouncing back. Going a little bit back now. This will give me a little time to relax here. Yeah, so if you like the channel, you like what I'm doing, go take a look at the channel. The channel's been around since January 2023, but I only really ramped my game up this year. Early 2024, I started doing a lot of race coverage over on Ruby. I've done tons there. Tons and tons and tons. You'll find video versions of it. Don't forget to look into the live stream tab, folks. A lot of people, I know not everyone watches YouTube. Some people just like, well, YouTube, why would you watch that? Because you get to see stuff like this. Miller's coming in next. So yeah, when you go to my channel, Inside Cycling World, first thing you gotta do, subscribe. And if you watch a video, please like it. If you like that video, YouTube goes, oh, these guys that search cycling stuff like this cycling video. We're gonna serve it up to some other people that like cycling videos. That in turn helps me grow the channel. The channel is growing. But once it gets to a certain point, then companies will start going, hey, this guy's got a bit of a following. Maybe we can help him out. Because right now, it's just me. Just me floundering in the darkness, in the wilderness, trying to survive as best I can. In the barrens of Canada. That's where I live, folks. I live in Alberta, Canada. So I'm near the mountains on the west side of Canada. Got a bunch of snow right now. Probably had 25 centimeters of snow last Thursday, Friday. It got cold. It's been cold through the days. Hey, I just noticed here there's a bunch of airplanes lined up right here on the left-hand side. A lot of stuff you guys probably don't see when you're racing, because I know that's what it's like. When you're racing, you get like tunnel vision. You barely even see what's going on. So Camilla is coming in next. Great job. Colombian rider here. Miller's done. Camilla's only 500 meters to the finish. Great job. You know, you got to support these people too. For some people, this might be their first time racing. You just don't even know. They might be brand new to cycling. Camilla's working really strong here though. Finishing nicely. Finishing nice at 3 watts a kilo. Lighter rider. So probably more suited for climbing than these flatter sections. But don't worry, folks. Stage 3, Climber's Delight. Stage 3 is a Climber's Delight. I think it's... is it the endurance climb? I forget. Yeah, I'll have to double check. I'll jump on a bit earlier next time. The only reason I wasn't jumped on, I usually do 5 or 6 minutes beforehand, is because I couldn't see the watch button. It wasn't there at 3 minutes out. I was kind of like panicking. I thought, well, I'll just join participate and I'll sit in the chute and just follow you guys. That was my workaround. Glad I didn't have to do that. Get my DNF, right? So we got Camilla coming in next. Great job. That's 38. 38 riders. Let's go, folks. Backing up a little bit. We got Loki here. Eden. Let's go. Let's go, folks. They've already ridden today. These kids have worked hard. I hope they got like a nice big pizza waiting for them for afterwards. I really hope so, kids. Great stuff. I love seeing young people do sports. I tried to push my daughter so hard in sports. Yeah, no. They danced for quite a few years. And I mean, dance, like, you know, competitive dancing 5-6 days a week. Then they get to a certain age. It's around 14. And they're like, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to have a bunch of friends. Okay, well, whatever. It's not what you do. Yeah, stay in sports, kids. It's the best thing you can do for yourself. Sports, sports, sports. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. And you know what? There's a lot of killer women cyclists out there. I see them across all the platforms. Like absolute beasts on a bike. They're really good at the climbs. Just put a little bit of this into this and they're gone. Hey, don't know if you guys have been watching. I shared it. Oh yeah. Please join the Inside Cycling World Discord. There'll be a link at the top of the page somewhere. There might even be below. Again, Joey's been trying to spruce things up for me because by the time I'm done 2 commentaries and I do my own race, I rode kind of hard this morning, not brutally hard. And I want to do another video after this. I've been talking for like 3 to 4 hours straight. Constant. Luckily, I have this voice. I'm lucky. It can handle it. But yeah, join the Inside Cycling World Discord channel if you please. Numbers bring numbers, folks. I keep saying that. Numbers bring numbers. So we've got this solid group here. We're going to have 40 finishers this week. And I'm going to say next week, we're going to have more. Because people are going to go, oh, wow, there's 40 people in this race. I got to join it. It's just psychology of people. It's kind of like being the first person to get up on the dance floor. For all the people from all around the world, I'm sure this happens. Let me guess, whether you're from Colombia or Poland or Sweden or the UK, wherever you're from, folks, Canada, the boys stand on this side of the room and the girls stand on this side of the room. And everyone kind of waits. Standing around like this. Sorry, folks. Being a bit goofy here right now, but it's a true story. And then all of a sudden, one person goes on there. Some couples go on. Usually it's 2 girls that go on first and they'll dance. And then all of a sudden, everyone goes in. That's what we need to do with these community races. There's such awesome racing going on in the communities. I see it all the time. So that's why I'm trying to show it. I want you to be able to look back and say, oh, wow, what a cool race that was. Or what happened where Loki's digging in deep here. Just catching up with his sister. I think it's his sister. Yeah, it's his sister. I always got to look for the ponytail. That's what I'm looking for. That's my giveaway. Almost done, you two. 1.2 kilometers to go. It's not even a mile. You're home free. Pizza's waiting. I hope you got pizza. I really do. That's what I'd want. Okay. Ken Law. Hey, Colin. Great commentary and interesting competitive racing. Ken, join us. Join us anytime, Ken. Ken's from South Africa. He watches a lot of my racing stuff. I think he watches all the different stuff I do on here, which I really appreciate, Ken. I just want to cover all cycling. Ken, these are kids at the back. They're 9 years old, believe it or not. Loki and Eden. They're 9 years old. And I've already watched them race earlier today. NSA here, this is Eric, I believe. I think it's Eric. I'm not sure if someone's commenting for him because I think he was working. Thanks, Colin. Amazing commentary. Our kids loved it. That's why I do it, man. That's why I do it. We'll talk to you in a bit. Like I said, too, folks, if you like the racing and you want to chat bikes and stuff, you just message me anytime. I've had some great chats with people, sitting on the couch at night. I'll talk bikes. Yeah, why not? I'm just trying to grow the community. My whole goal with this, folks, is, again, through your support of my channel, if I can keep going through the whole winter. I'm not young. We all know that. You can see it, right? I'm not 20. This is about the only time in my life I will get a chance to have a super cool YouTube channel. So I'm going for it. So Eden's pulled out a little bit of a lead on Loki here. Both looking really good, though. Kids, great ride. They've already banged out 30-something kilometers today. Racing hard, too. So, you know, them sitting at the back here, this is really good training for them. They've already blown themselves up in the first race. Great job, kids. You're only going to get stronger. You're only going to get stronger. Trust me. So many years ahead of you to race bikes and be competitive. It's right around the corner. Oh, yeah. I was going to talk about this. Check out YouTube right now. Look up Jack Burke. He's a Canadian dude, so I get to take at least half the credit of all his achievements because I'm Canadian. Just kidding. Final finisher, folks. We've got 39 and 40th riders. I'm just waiting for the leaderboard to light up here. There we go. Eden and Loki. Great job, guys. Oh. Filippo is just doing some continuous training, folks. So what I'll do is I'm just going to jump out of here. We're going to bounce out to the menu. Yeah. So folks, you can see I've been riding a little bit. I haven't been riding tons because I do ride other platforms too. I'm trying to make this channel into something viable where I can cover the best racing here, the best racing there. I love MyWhoosh. I love it. I think it's got the most, I wouldn't even say potential. It's going to have the biggest growth curve. It's just going to go kaboom. It's so obvious. I think the next thing I'm going to do is try out the MyBunch rides. Something like that. I love the live workouts. I did one yesterday. Loved it. It was so good because I get to see the coach there. He's chatting with us, playing some copyright-free music, and it was a good, strong workout too. And I feel it. And then I thought, why do I like this video? I'm like, yeah, this is kind of what I do. I do a lot of videos where I ride on my bike, on camera, and I do group rides with people. Sometimes it's an all-out smash myself into oblivion. But I can talk to people even at, like, say, 185 minutes per minute. So I think that's why I instantly liked what Sai was doing yesterday. I'm like, oh yeah, this is what I do. That's why I liked it. And they're solid workouts. Jumping into them again. I'm all over them, folks. Anyways, riders, one last time to the studio here. Yeah, Johan, awesome stuff. I mean, you got 40 riders finish first time. Next week it's going to be bigger because people are going to see, because I'm sure these 40 riders, they're going to get a points classification. They're going to start thinking, oh yeah, I got a chance. Oh, I can beat this guy. I can jump ahead of him. Don't forget, folks, there's classification for this. I do have all the rules here. I'll probably read them afterwards. I'll probably take a little break from the talking here. Go through it all. Johan, it's going to be bigger next week. Because there's going to be people going, I want to get into this. I want to get into this. This is how it happens. Numbers bring numbers. This is probably why it's probably a good idea for a lot of people. Register for the events. Like, plan to participate in events. That's how some events go under the radar. Because people are looking and going, oh, there's only 3 people there. When there's probably 30 or 40 people sitting at home getting ready to pull the trigger on their mouse. Should I? Well, there's only 3 people. They're all saying the same thing. There's only 3 people. I don't want to be the first person on the dance floor. Get it? So everyone register for events, participate in events, and next thing you know, this thing will be jam-packed with solid race events. I'm working hard with OTR too. Jump into those events if you can. And I know some of you do race there. Anyways, riders, I'm going to show you one last thing here. This is my special outro that Joey Jojo made for me. Might be a little bit loud. Just saying, I tried to reduce the volume. But I appreciate you all watching. Inside Cycling World. Let's grow this baby. Help me become a world famous 55-year-old YouTuber. See ya.